Visión comunal, en contacto con las comunidades.
Venezuela in the news. News from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Headlines. Maduro will present proposal to close the agreement between OPEC and non-OPEC countries. Oil company Rosneft will supply the Vedinar refinery in India with Venezuelan crude oil. Venezuela will seek today against Spain the third place of the Under-17 Women's World Cup. The Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro announced that there will be a tour in the OPEC and non-OPEC countries to boost the definite agreement that will allow to stabilize the crude oil prices in the international market. Maduro did not specify the countries that he will visit or when the tour will begin. The Venezuelan head of state only informed that he will travel very soon and that the agenda was being prepared. The OPEC and non-OPEC countries will hold a technical meeting between the 28th and 29th of this month in Vienna to move forward in the establishment of new production quotas. In Vienna, it is projected to determine the amount of non-OPEC producers that will join the agreement signed in Algeria and ratified in Turkey. Maduro will take the proposal to close definitely the agreement between the OPEC and non-OPEC countries. Caracas confirmed that Moscow agrees not only with the freeze of production, but also with its decrees. The Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro informed that his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin agrees with the strategy of freezing the oil production at the level on which this year's average stands. Maduro added in a televised message in Venezuela that if it were necessary to make cuts in the oil production, President Putin said that he would be in agreement. The OPEC decided in Algeria to cut 700,000 barrels per day from its current production, which is higher than 33 million barrels per day. The amount of the decrease could grow depending on what happens in the next scheduled meetings in Vienna. Russian oil company Rosneft informed that it will supply with Venezuelan crude oil India's Vadinar refinery after buying the plant from the company SR Oil. Rosneft confirmed in a press release that it will supply the Indian refinery with crude oil for refining, particularly from Venezuela, or if it is necessary, from third parties. The Indian firm, SR Group, confirmed to have agreed to sell 98% of its unit SR Oil to a consortium headed by Rosneft, opening the door for the giant Russian company to the fastest-growing fuel market of the world. The executive president of Rosneft, Igor Sechin, said to the press that a group headed by the Russian oil company will invest around $12,900 million in SR. Sechin said that a refinery and a port, property of the Indian firm, were valued at nearly $10 billion and $2.9 billion.
Venezuela in the news.
Vice President of Venezuela, Aristóbulo Istúriz, began a process to summon all the mayors and governors to a national dialogue in the country. Caracas informed that the summon includes the governors and mayors of the opposition. This will be the sixth call issued by Miraflores to all the political sectors of the country. Istúriz stated that the call to dialogue holds as only condition to respect the Constitution. The instruction was directly given by the President Nicolás Maduro. The Venezuelan women's soccer team will face today Spain in a match to determine the definite third place of the Under-17 World Cup that is ending in Jordan. Venezuela lost 3-0 against North Korea in semifinals, while Spain fell with the same score against Japan. The match for the third place will be held at 9 a.m. Caracas time. On the previous edition, Venezuela occupied fourth place after losing to Italy in round of penalties. The final of the tournament will be played today by North Korea and Japan, country that will seek the title obtained in the previous edition.
News from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Headline. Maduro will present proposal to close the agreement between OPEC and non-OPEC countries. Oil company Rosneft will supply the Vedinar refinery in India with Venezuelan crude oil. Venezuela will seek today against Spain the third place of the Under-17 Women's World Cup.
Venezuela in the news. News from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Visión comunal, en contacto con las comunidades.